What's going on, guys? Spencer-Mack here. Just wanted to make a quick video to update my hydration protocol and share with you guys some insight that I've gained and express the power found in the acids. Not LSD, my friends. I'm speaking about citric acid or acetic acid from vinegar or malic acid found, I think, mainly in apples. These acids not only help produce energy within our body, acetic acid actually being a ketone, I believe, citric acid being part of the Krebs cycle, and malic acid as well, even being a further progressed part of the Krebs cycle. It's right before it becomes ATP. So these acids serve multiple purposes within the body. And with that electrolyte formula I've been sharing with you guys that has all 7 of the major electrolytes in it, the acids come through to support with the digestion, or I should say the absorption of the minerals. And that's one thing I started to experience after drinking a whole lot of these minerals, 1.5 gallons a day, upper limits of all of the electrolytes. I started to kind of note the feeling of what it is to be overly alkaline. And all of these minerals are alkalizing. So when we bring an acid in there, it helps to balance the pH. Not only that, the acid helps to boost the absorption, as I said. And I believe our digestive tract is like our skin. It actually prefers a slightly acidic pH. So I add enough of either lemon juice or apple cider vinegar to my water with the minerals to bring the pH down to around 6. Don't have to be too precise on this. And that not only has it just feel better in my guts, but it helps boost the absorption and adds a nice little flavor to it. Yes, this does have some calories in it. I believe it's about 8 calories for half of one of these guys. And that's about how much I use in 2 liters worth of water. So I'm not that concerned about it. 8 calories. Probably 16 in a day, maybe 20. Get some vitamin C in there as well. If you have some B vitamins, other water-soluble elements, I like to add them to the drink. And it really just makes fasting that much easier. I've had big insights on sodium, so I've raised the sodium level of what I was using, lowered the potassium a little bit, just seeing how my body was reacting and responding to it. So it's a work in progress, me refining and defining what I find to be the ideal ratios. I'm really sitting pretty on the 2 to 3 potassium to sodium ratio, which is actually the same ratio that those ions exchange from the cell. You release 3 sodium ions to absorb 2 potassium ions into the cell. Inside of the cell holds most of the potassium, holding a positive charge, yes. And outside of the cells, where most of the sodium is, holding a negative charge. Sodium is necessary for the absorption of all sorts of nutrients. And it'd be worth checking out an article called "The Case for 8 grams of salt a day," which sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's about 1.5 teaspoons. And just upping the sodium, especially for myself, being more ketogenic, eating high fat, you drop sodium more anyways. I sweat a lot because I train hard twice a day, go out in the sun. So I'm somewhere between 6 and 8 grams of sodium a day. And sodium does not mean salt. Salt is about 40% sodium. So that comes somewhere around 10 to 12 grams of salt a day is where I'm at personally. So in 2 liters of water, I'm putting 6 grams of salt and 4 grams of potassium. Half a lemon. And we don't have to overly complicate it, but just to let you guys know the spectrum of where I'm at, I'm also putting calcium phosphate in there and magnesium malate. So the potassium is a potassium bicarbonate. So all in all, that has all 7 of the major electrolytes in it, in the proper ratios of how they relate to each other, based on the research that I've found. So definitely enjoying that. Finding the higher salt intake is almost like a stimulant. It's really interesting. A lot of the fatigue that you feel, especially if you're going ketogenic, which ultimately happens if you're doing long-term almond style fasting. You become ketogenic. You're in ketosis most of the day. And when you're in ketosis, you're going to lose more salt, so you're going to lose more water. So you have the opportunity to add more salt to your diet. And it is electrifying, my friends, I must say. It has a lot to do with the electricity and communication and so many other benefits within the body. So that's what I've recognized and learned by raising the salt content of my daily beverages. Granted, you want to raise the potassium as well, because if you have high salt, you're not getting enough potassium, you'll be losing more potassium. So these things all need to come together in the proper ratios. It's a science. We're learning it and enjoying the journey as we do. So that's the insight I wanted to share today, my friends. Either get some lemons, some limes, some apple cider vinegar. Sometimes I add some ginger juice, a little bit of stevia maybe. Call it a day. Got a good beverage. Feels good. Supports the digestion, the energy, and keeps you hydrated. Awesome, guys. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Comments, insights, please share them down below. It's where the conversation happens and the intrigue pursues. So, if you have not subscribed, do it, my friends. Lots of fantastic information coming down this channel, I swear to the Lord. And hit the notifications. I do lives frequently, so you'll get an insight whenever I jump on, and we can have more direct question and answer. As always, much appreciated, guys. Lots of love and aloha, and get outside. Enjoy the weekend. Awesome. Peace.